What's up, Gemini gang? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup, complete with wet shower hair, fresh out the shower. I'm just kidding. Welcome to my channel, guys. We are going to do your August monthly reading. The 2/3 of this, I'm going to say, is career and finance. At the very end, I'll throw some love messages at you. They're going to be shortened love messages. The reason being, I only do career and finances once a month, so I'm trying to get you some good, juicy messages there. But I also pretty much do weekly love messages, so there's no time limit to when those are good. They are evergreen, as we say, so feel free to revisit some of those if you want more messages on love. But yeah, so career and finance is going to be the bulk of this. I hope this video finds you well. For the returners, welcome back. Thanks. I appreciate you guys for all your subs and likes and all that. My channel is growing. I'm past 2,000 subs, which is incredible. So thank you to all the Geminis who have subscribed. If you're new, welcome. Happy to have you. Glad you stumbled upon my channel, or if it was referred to you. That's amazing. Just to clarify, for those who don't know, I do general messages here on YouTube. Not everything I say will resonate with every Gemini out there. It's up to you to come into this tarot reading with an open heart and an open mind. If it's not your message, if it feels strange or foreign, push it aside. It won't be your message every time, I promise you that. Pieces and parts of this will very likely resonate. For some of you, lots and lots of it will. I certainly hope that's the case, but don't be offended if it's not your message, okay? All right, Gemini, career and finances. Everything else about this video that you're wondering is down in the description box below. That will include the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook, Instagram, theintuitiveteacup.com. If you want to book a personal, that's all down below. This card is like sticking out. Interesting. Crossroads. You're at a bit of a crossroads, or something is split in two. All right, we're going to hop in. A couple more cards for Gem. There it is again. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe with a partner. Certainly, I mean, I'm reading for career, right? It could be a partner of any kind. It could be a romantic partner, but it could be a business partner. It could be someone you work with or someone you collaborate with. You're at a crossroads. Are you going to join worlds, or are you going to split worlds? All right, you got the Wheel of Fortune, but you also got a Tower. So it's a little all over the place, Gem. You have the Sun twice. I love that. You working with any Leos, or does that just mean blessings and good fortune and abundance? Happiness, creativity, lots of time for your personal projects, things that bring you joy, things that honor your inner child, things, again, this tug of war with the two. Do you guys see this? It's like, am I going to do this on my own, or am I going to work with this person who maybe I'm struggling with? But it's kind of a mixed bag, because here it's like there's kind of like this spark of romance, or just someone who, or people who are very in tune with one another, people who are, there's like a good mind melt between you. Here it's like they're fighting for the flag. So are they working against each other, or are they working together? That's definitely a message that's coming out for some of you. Some of you are questioning a business partnership or someone that you're working with. And a lot of you, yeah, you're going to throw the cup out. You're going to be like, I can do it better on my own. It's like, I'm going to get rid of the riffraff and create magic on my own. But you're going to cause that person a lot of heartbreak when you do that, FYI. That's what's coming up there. So just curious. Bottom of your deck. All right. So yeah, there is a little bit of struggle. Something that is requiring great endurance or effort from you. But it is saying there's a victory in your future and potentially new offers and new beginnings. So whatever it is, with these two cards coming up, with these two cards coming up after this moment of strain, struggle, needing to harness all your energy and determination, really good things come after it. This is the Chariot card in tarot, so a card of Cancer, a card of travel, a card of moving home. If you're looking for any opportunity that would involve travel or even saving up to go on a vacation, that's very telling of these cards. But the Chariot is about victory, but it's more about personal victory than anything else, balancing our dark and our light energy, right, with those sphinxes. And here it's called the Voyager. This is Jenny Lewis Tarot, which is really cool. But yeah, and then under that you have the Knight of Cups. You actually have it twice. So new offers, new blessings. If cups are indicative of what's in our bank account, how full is your cup? And then it's coming right into Gemini. So again, a collaboration with a water sign or another air sign. Something about that might be important to some of my Geminis. All right, let's hop into your actual reading. Enough dilly-dallying. All right. So again, with the twos. Twos are always decisions and crossroads. You have a lot of them. With Two of Pentacles, it specifically talks about either money or your personal possessions. Some of you just need to disconnect from the world. You need to like disconnect from technology, unplug as they say. Some of you, it's like you need to put your mind at rest because there's like an infinity loop of I got to check my phone and I got to go here and I got to take care of mom and I got to take care of the kids and I got to like there's a lot there's a lot going on, and it seems to me like it's exhausting. It's burning out your fire, right? The fire queen. And again, there's an avoidance or a refusal to admit something, a refusal to see or acknowledge what's already there. Are you holding on to something that is not for your best and highest good? Are some of you over-consuming media? Almost like, there's a lot going on in the, well, I mean, there always is, right? They always talk about, fear-based messages and, fear-based media, right? Because they want that response. Some of you are falling trapped to that. It's like you're tuning into too much media, and so it's wearing you out even when you're just watching television to like relax or something. It's getting you all amped up, or the opposite. It's really freaking you out and bringing a lot of fear to your heart. So for some of you, it's saying, yeah, you guys need to like unplug. I don't know why that's so important here. And I mean, maybe that has to do with your job too. I don't know if maybe you work in technology. For any of my Geminis who have a major role in anything technical, that's absolutely coming up here. Plugging in the cords and the wires, giving people power, whatever it is, whether it's cable or internet or something like that. What is that about? You need to get yourself out of the rabbit hole. Some of you are addicted to your phone. Put your phone down. You have that coming up twice here. And the thing is, it's like you're over-consuming media, and I'm not judging you, right? Like, don't take offense to this. You're over-consuming media, but you're also isolating yourself and blocking out people who provide you warmth, who provide you nourishment. So again, unplug, but spend time with people around you that you really love, particularly your children or potentially a fire sign in your life, Aries, Leo, Sag. Very, very strong Leo energy here. Some of you are thinking about rolling the dice on opening your own business or opening your own shop. And obviously, it does seem like you're sort of at a standstill with money. Like, if I just had a little bit more, I could invest in this project, then I could get it off the ground. There's positive growth there with Page of Wands. Again, it's not a brand new idea. It's something maybe you've already invested some money in, but it's like, you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You can't go full force with it. Page of Wands indicates over time this is going to grow slowly. It's still in its infancy, right? Pages are children, but Wands indicate growth, movement, action forward. So even if you are at a bit of like my hands are tied, like I want to do this, but I can't, I wouldn't give up entirely. Obviously, you need to make moves that are logical and practical for you. But yeah, I mean, if you can keep doing one and the other, there's absolute growth and potential for another one. Particularly something involving costuming or clothing or stage work. Or something involving so random, but like a water, anything that you would have to do underwater, wear like a mask or an apparatus. So I mean, maybe some of you are saving to go scuba diving, right? But sometimes random messages come through, and yeah, I don't know if you would be working at a job where, I don't even know what that would be, but maybe you're a marine biologist. Oh, something about that. And again, reception, satellite, radio. I keep getting that. Are you the Comcast guy? The Comcast lady? If it's not that, it could indicate that whatever you're doing, it may have potential to grow in media, to grow on social media, to have your own network, to have your own, satellite for whatever term or whatever better term there is for that. I just heard Satellite of Love. Do you guys know that Lou Reed song? Satellite of Love. That whole album sounds like Bowie. All right. Where are we at with this, Gemini? You have a lot of, not like bizarre in a bad way, but just the cards are not speaking to one another, so it's very like separate stories. Usually I can get like a storyline, and that's not going on here. So again, this is confirming what I was already saying, something that you've already put some work and effort into. This is not a card of abandoning ship. This is not like, that we're done, didn't work out, oh well. This is like, no, you're the artisan, you're the apprentice. It's in its infantile stages, but Eight of Pentacles is a great money card. It's just indicating it might not be where you want to be yet, but keep pushing through on this. And it is being clarified by the Queen of Wands, again, the Queen of Action, the Queen of Inspiration, of Motivation. In Leo season, right, we're going to see a lot of Wand cards come up because that's a good season to harness our inner fire signs, right? And maybe you have very strong fire in your chart. But you do have a lot of, you have the sun twice. You have a good amount of wands here, and very positive ones, too. Yeah, don't abandon ship. Again, ships by the sea, on the lake. What's that about? Or even air flight. I don't know if you guys work in some sort of business involving travel, or you're looking to go on business trips or take your show on the road, take your product on the road. Again, it's probably not the right time for it. Maybe this obstacle represents the universe saying, nope, not just yet, but eventually you're going to push past that obstacle and you're going to go do it. The Knight of Cups is headed towards the sun, towards love and abundance. And frequently, again, cups in a career spread can indicate our money flow, our bank account. So something involving telephones. Old school, retro, vintage telephones. Is that like a logo you have on a journal or on a t-shirt or on your, I don't know, on a journal or something? So that says to me numerology is going to be important for some of you, seeing the same numbers on license plates, on the clock, on a phone number, something like that. Pay attention to numerology, particularly twos. Twos are going to be, yeah, with all these twos and like the double Leos, the double Knight of Cups. What's the two? Is that the dynamic duo? Is that the collaboration? The second sign of the zodiac is Taurus. Maybe something involves a Taurus. All right, so you have the World. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't abandon ship just because the world is in chaos. Because literally the world is saying, nope, we can't do this right now, right? The world is shut down, we could say, right? Also, it's like the universe is throwing you obstacles, which are blessings in disguise. They are purposely delaying your growth for your best and highest good. The cards surrounding it are so positive that it might be driving you crazy. It could be that you're at a point where you're like, I need to move forward. I have to do this, but you know, given circumstances of what's going on right now, I can't. And so some of you are just like, fuck it. Like, it's not going to work out. I'm not going to waste my energy or time. Spirit is saying you need to heal your mind of that imbalance. Understand that while you view it as an attack, you see that guy with the bandage, right? The wounded warrior, someone who's trying and try again and it just never works out. You're looking at this person as an intruder, as an invader of what are you doing here? And, you know, why are you blocking my dreams and my wishes? And I just heard the Goonies. This one is my dream, my wish, and it didn't come true. You know that part where he's in the well? Anyway, I digress. You're looking at this entity, spirit, source, the divine, as someone who's like bullying you, as someone who's blocking your blessings. That is such the wrong perspective to view it at. And it's a very normal one, Gemini. I'm not beating up on you. It's saying, this is a blessing. You don't realize it. This is your cohort. This is your collaborator. This is the person who's saving you from money loss or something of the sort, so that it's almost like you can double down on it later. With all the twos coming up, there's a reason why you're being thrown obstacles early on, Gemini. And it has to do with lessons, firstly, right? Because the first time you do something, it's never going to be perfect because you're a newbie. You're the intern, right? Sometimes you have to learn the hard way and make those very necessary mistakes to learn how to go back to the well and do it better next time, right? There's lessons, but also I just keep getting it's divine timing, but it's like divine blessings that you're not ready to leave this chapter yet. You're not ready to leave this world. Interesting. Some of you have had a brush with death. The way I said you're not ready to leave this world. You were saved, weren't you, Gemini? Does that make sense to any of you? You had an experience that, I don't know if it was like a near-death experience, or it could have even just been a spiritual awakening that like forced you to kind of step up into your power and be very grateful for what is around you. Because whether you realize it or not, you have a lot of good things around you already and coming in. Also, part of this is to teach you to problem solve. I heard multitask as well, too. So maybe that's what this is. Maybe for some of you that is a strain and a struggle, particularly if you kind of have that wandering mind or I mean, maybe you literally have like ADD or something, right? Maybe you have trouble focusing. Spirit is trying to get you to focus. They're trying to get you to like hunker down and really focus on what you want and to keep building, right? Wands and Pentacles are all about action. It's not about like feeling it. It's not about thinking it. Yes, those are crucial, but we do that in Cancer season, right? That's water energy. That's like going with the flow and absorbing messages like the High Priestess, like channeling messages from above. We're in Leo season. It's time to like pounce, right? Now, again, I don't mean to say that as a contradiction because there are obstacles. You have two cards indicating obstacles. Some of them may be your own mental obstacles, your things that you're struggling to see yourself or things you're struggling to believe. Are you ready to leave? Maybe some of you are in denial that it's not time to turn the new chapter. Maybe I'm comfortable where I am. Universe is coming in to drop you advice, to drop you guidance. With all these phones, she's got her cell phone, she's got her vintage dial-up phone there. It's almost, I always use that like the slogan, the universe is calling. They are. The universe is calling you, Gemini. Probably not on your telephone, but again in signs and messages. But you have to let your guard down. Some of you are afraid to get in touch with your spirituality. You're afraid to get in touch with your feelings, Gemini. Stop running from your feelings. And then what is the sun? But you're headed towards sunlight. Again, joy, creativity, happiness. If some of you are at all trying to get pregnant or already are pregnant, you have a healthy bouncing baby coming in here. And that baby could also be representing a project that you're trying to give birth to. Fire, double fire. Something you're very excited and passionate about, and something that you've manifested. It is a new beginning. Yeah, there's something to be found in the here and in the now. Yeah, focusing on the here and now. I was saying hunker down. Some of you may be very forward thinking, and there's nothing wrong with that, only you're setting yourself up for defeat by thinking, I should have been here by now, or I wish I had this many followers, I wish I had this much money, I wish I had this many years of experience, I wish I had these contacts. What you need to focus on is all the progress you've already made, because you have. This is not new. Whatever this is coming up in your spread, it's not new. Something new comes out of it later, but it's not here yet. So you have the Fool and the Ace of Fire, both cards of brand new beginnings, but it has to do with the enjoyment of what you've created and starting to actually be able to celebrate and enjoy what comes, the success, the victories, right? You had the Chariot earlier, wherever the hell it went. The victories of your hard work and labor. It's not a time to quit. Again, more wand energy. It's like, where's that passion? Where's that motivation? You guys need to put a death to overthinking things. The King of Swords can be very in his head. He's very wise. He's very logical. He's very intelligent. But especially if you're working in any career that requires creativity, sometimes it's not always the logical answer that's what's going to get you there. Sometimes it's just throwing shit down on a canvas and seeing what you like. And then again, it's like trial and error. It's taking away and then putting back. And that's what I think this is. It's like you're struggling to get past something, and you will. You have the world. It's saying stay in this chapter right now so that you can get the very most out of it. It's like you don't have your graduation cap and gown yet. You're getting there, but you're not there yet. Eventually, what you view as this frustrating obstacle, you're going to come to realize, oh, that was source. That was spirit looking out for me because I wasn't ready to move on at this point. And I can hear some of my Geminis going, but I am ready. That's cool. The universe doesn't think so, or else you wouldn't be here. There's something to be gained by going back to the drawing board, not redoing everything, but tweaking, fixing it, making it even better. So that way when you launch your business, you don't meet those unexpected obstacles. It takes off with flying colors. Does that make sense? Flying colors. Look at that. Amazing. Ace of Wands is beautiful. Again, fire energy, the Fool, taking a leap of faith, right? Maybe the universe is saying now is not the time to do that. Maybe it's saying there's something that you're missing. And I think that's what you're grappling with. Is it time to sever off from the job? Is it time to sever off from my business partner and go solo? I'm not saying you can't, Gemini, but the universe is saying really think about it. What can be gained from the experience here and now rather than projecting into the future of how great it could be, should be, there's a need for you to look around you, to be aware of who's around you, to be aware of your surroundings. Someone with red hair has a message for you. Do you have a redhead in your life, male or female? Someone you maybe slept with? It could be like a gypsy fortune teller type vibe, even if they're not that literally. They have kind of like a cosmic vibe or something like that. And you may write them off as lazy, but they're actually very in tune with the universe. Yeah, they're going to be writing to you. Possibly, right? Oh, you may actually have your birth chart done by someone, which I think is always a great idea. If you're struggling at all in your career of where I'm supposed to be, look up your midheaven. That was very illuminating to me, right? Your 10th house activity, Capricorn type energy, right? That will tell you sort of what your God-given gifts and talents are, just being born on the day you were born, right? Or the year, right? Your birth chart, look up your midheaven. Midheaven, Google it right now, well, after this video. Google it, Gemini. Read about that. Some of you are going to go to like a tea party or something about, it's a social gathering, but it's a little bit formal. I don't know if you're dreading it, Gemini. I sort of get the impression of like, oh, these people. You're sort of rolling your eyes at the opportunity, but there would be good networking opportunities for you to either give your resume or exchange resumes. Or to give your business card, to give your contacts out. So if you don't already have that on you, spend time doing that. Work on your resume, work on your business cards. Yeah, there's something where there's like formal attire where messages will go back and forth even after the event. So again, it's like exchanging of information. It could be a very valuable resource or collaborator for you in your business. It could be that missing link of I can almost get this started, I just need a little bit of this, or I need some of that. You might meet the person who can do that for you. You know, maybe you need someone to make your website. Maybe you need someone to market your items. Maybe you need someone who makes t-shirts for you. Do you know what I mean? There's something about it's like the two of you can combine your skills, right? The infinity loop also has to do with a merging. So there could be a business merging, if that makes sense. You may end up finding a really nice counterpart, a collaborator. What are you passionate about, Gemini? Do you know? Do you have a passion? Because it's really hard to grow something if you don't know what it is that you want to do, and that's some of your problem. You have a world of opportunities. You quite literally, where's my two of wands, man? Bum, bum, bum. You quite literally have the world in your hand, but some of you don't know what to do with it. You're intimidated. You have the world 3 times. That's incredible. It really is. You have the world 3 times. Major completions. Again, graduations in more than the sense of just college degrees, but maybe that's a message for some of you. Is education going to play a big role? Are you going to go back to school to study something very different? Some of you, I just heard benefactors. Some of you are going to be giving money to charities, or you're going to be helping out like in people who's with poverty or in soup kitchens or something like that. You have a very generous spirit. And even if that doesn't call out to you naturally, there's something to be gained in charity work. Because it may actually lead you to a career you didn't anticipate getting into. I'm not saying it has to be specifically working with, impoverished or underdeveloped communities, though it might. Yeah, a lot of you may be fighting for justice for the underdog in some capacity. I feel like I've given you that message before, Gemini. People who've had tricky or difficult pasts, even dealing with mental issues or like depression or anxiety. You may come in and offer those people a helping hand, or working with someone who struggles with that, even if it's your best friend in the office, right? Something about that may illuminate you to a new path you want to take, and yeah, a fight for justice. And potentially a new contract with a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or something inspired by your fire sign friend. If you have a fire sign who does anything at all that you find mildly intriguing or fascinating, or you just love to listen to them, there's something to be gained by spending time with them. It's almost like you should shadow them for a day and see what it is that they do, because it might just be that you want to be like them. I want to be like you. I want to walk like you, talk just like you do. Lilies. Who's named Lily? A fire sign who's lost something in their life, you might help them get it back. You might literally find an object that somebody lost. It doesn't have to be a fire sign, but it's someone who inspires you to do your best. It's someone, I will say this, it's someone who actually would hold you to a very high standard, and if you do resonate with the idea of not being able to focus or shifting attention or going all in and then kind of pulling out, which, no offense to my Leos out there, that's a very Leo quality. They get so invested and so excited, but then it's like they burn out because there's too much energy going at it. It's like you kind of have to temper it so that it can last, right? It's not like a burnout quickly type situation. I do want to say a fire sign, maybe an earth sign. They hold you to a very high standard, and it's not in a competitive way, though you may view it that way. It's actually very good for you because You love a good challenge, don't you, Gemini? That's what it is. It's like it allows you to step up to the plate and take the wheel, take the reins, literally take the wheel, right? As it's depicted here. And again, the Chariot. Some of you are quite literally at a crossroads. Do I move? Do I stay? Do I go back home? Do I invest in real estate? Do I become a realtor? Do I work at the hotel? Do I put my place up on Airbnb? Something about a crossroads with the house, with the home, with a living space. Yeah, some of you may be looking for a new place to live. In which case, that, again, if a deal doesn't go through, if you don't get the house, if you don't get the apartment, it's like you're trying to move worlds, you're trying to uproot yourself, and the universe is throwing obstacles at you. Take that as a sign it's not the right time. It doesn't mean you're going to be blocked forever. Universe is your buddy being like, Gemini, hold, not yet, hold, we're not there, hold. It's like they're trying to stop you from making a mistake that would drastically impact your life in a not so negative way. Yeah, I keep saying it over and over. Rejection is divine protection, whether that's your house, your job, your money, your car, your relationship, right? You have good things coming in. You're headed towards the sun. And again, creative opportunities, even something maybe involving children, if you want to work with children, or music. Something about music might be important too. Clean sweep. We got the little chimney sweep, right? Something involving a Capricorn maybe. Again, getting the house ready for guests. Maybe you were going to have some unexpected visitors drop by your house and you're like, oh shit, well, what are we going to do? Hopefully they've been quarantining, right? Yeah, some of you are going to choose to leave a business partner behind because you've outgrown one another. And there's nothing wrong with that. Make sure that if you were at all involved in a contract that you're doing right by the contract so that you can avoid any legal suits. There's potential for a tower with the severing of ways with someone. So it could just be the emotional crisis of, oh, I'm going to miss you so much and how could it be? Particularly with a water sign or an air sign. There's a tower there, but it's not necessarily like end of the world type scenario. It's just saying, yeah, like, dot your I's and cross your T's or however you say it with the contract. Because if you do end up severing ways, make sure it doesn't come back to bite you later. And again, that could even be, this is like a forward projection of repercussions. Make sure you don't leave someone behind that you actually do have a very good business partnership. Don't burn any bridges. That's exactly what this is. That's all I'm going to say about it. Don't burn any bridges when you decide to end something. You're headed towards something good though. You can smell it. You got that feel. You can sense it coming in. Some of you should save up your money to travel because that would bring you peace of mind. You got to get out of your mental prison. Take a mental health day. Take a sick day. Take a whatever. Get out. Get out from your little bubble. Get out from your little world and try and see things from a new perspective. Something with music. I'm just going to show you that card. That goes out to one of my special Gemini friends out there. You know who you are. That's funny. And then Six of Cups. Hang out with your friends. And then you got your own card. You have some self-healing to do. Do you love yourself, Gemini? Because that's coming through here too. You need to forgive yourself of mistakes you made in the past. Again, potentially you being like, that's it, I'm throwing in the towel, I lost all my money, I put myself out there and the universe slapped me with a big fat X. Some of you are just like, no, I can't do it anymore, I'm done. And the universe is saying, but you're so friggin' close, Gemini. Some of you are taking it personally that people don't want to invest in your business or that they don't want, or that they just don't believe in your idea, particularly your family. You may have a family that is not supportive of your ideas or feels very lackluster when you talk about it. So in that case, shh, don't talk about it then. If it's impacting the way you feel about yourself or the way you feel about whatever it is that you're creating, there's always going to be critics. Critics are cynical assholes, right? We don't need them, right? Ask for advice where you see fit, but that doesn't mean you have to take that advice. Constructive criticism is great. I'm a big proponent of that, but also getting it from the right people. Don't just cast a wide net of, hey, here's my survey monkey. I want to hear everybody in the world's opinion. No, ask the people you trust. Ask the people who've done it before, right? Ask the trailblazers who have come before you or whatever the situation is. Reach out to your colleague who's already in that field, who's already in that department, who's already working with the person you want to work with, right? Criticism, constructive criticism, and also advice, guidance, networking. So then you have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so I got to be honest. For a lot of you, you might be working with a business partner or even with a job, with a company that they're holding you back. They're holding back your passion and your creative freedom. So in which case, a lot of you are going to sever ways, potentially with something that was reliable income that filled your cup. A lot of you are going to end up going a separate way, but you're ushering in fate, destiny, the wheel of fortune, right? Fortune, goodness, positivity. Same with the sun. I think for a long time, some of my Geminis were giving their counterpart, this could even be your husband or your wife, whatever, right? Sorry, wrong card. The benefit of the doubt. It's like, well, at least I'm doing it with somebody. For a lot of you, though, this is sort of saying, yes, it served you to a certain point. This was destined. You were meant to meet and work with this person. But ultimately, a lot of you, it's like you've grown out of the cocoon. You're ready to fly off on your own. Again, there's a little bit of delay in that happening. And maybe that's what this is. Maybe you, the wounded warrior in red here, you're starting to resent the one next to you. I'm not saying that's not a scenario. I also stick with the message that the universe is trying to protect you from jumping ship too soon. You'll know when the time is right because there won't be as many obstacles. Or if they are obstacles that there's a practical way, a practical solution to work through them, then you will. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes the universe sends us obstacles to prove our strength to ourselves, to prove our endurance. But if this is something where time and time again you just can't get your head above water, that's a sign to like drop it and return to it later, but to focus on something else. Yeah, a lot of you, I don't know if it's your free time, because that's sort of a contradiction, but I'm going to say it anyway. You'll have more free time when you separate from your business colleague or your partner. Or again, it could be an entity as a business. When you decide to sever ways, it doesn't feel like you're fighting to be heard. It doesn't feel like you're like a constant tug of war between what you want versus what you're being made to do. There's a lot of you are seeking a beautiful opportunity for freedom away from something that you feel has held you back. And maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is just the recognition that some of you have been staying in a safe spot and the universe is saying you're blocking your blessings by trying to make this work. Now, I will say, if you're trying to make something work and your heart isn't in it, then yes, that's a sign, right? You're supposed to go other places with your passion. If you're already in a field that you're passionate about, but again, it's just like, why is this not working out? Why is this not working out? If you're doing what you love, you have to have faith that the universe wants you to do what you love, right? The universe doesn't want us to be miserable. The universe does want us to be money savvy. You know, they want us to be practical and take care of ourselves, right? And a lot of people will say this, the term starving artist, they always kind of get by though, don't they? It's because they're doing what they love. They are taking risks, right? And that's hard for some people and easy for others. And I mean, by nature, people who take risks, they have made mistakes. They've made many mistakes. But because they take risks so often, Sagittarian energy, right? The blessings do come to them by nature because, you know, if you throw 1,000 things at the wall, something's bound to stick. Maybe you need to adopt a nature, Gemini, of, okay, I'm going to try it, and if it doesn't work out, is what it is, I'm going to try it again. Like, I'm seeing skee ball, actually, where you throw the bowling balls in that thing. Some of you just need more determination to hang in there a little bit longer. Again, if you are in a field that you're passionate about. If you're not, the universe is saying, why are you holding on to the burning building? It's like the smoke is making you cough and gag, and yet you're like, but this is my home. This is my job. Yeah, it sucks, right? Maybe your job ended in a way that you didn't anticipate, but rest assured it's aligning you to find what you're meant to go after. If these knights have their back to each other, maybe that represents the job you were let go of or released from, right? Where you're going towards, though, is something you're going to enjoy more. It's going to bring you more warmth, creativity, happiness, potentially working with children or again, fire signs. You have a lot, and I mean, it is Leo season, so fire energy will be in this spread anyway, but this feels good to me. The Fool, the Sun, and the Ace of Wands, and then the Sun again with the Wheel of Fortune. Ace of Pentacles, Chariot, travel, take a vacation. Some of you are stressed out. All right, this is a long one, isn't it? Yeah, holy cannoli. All right, let's get a few more cards for Gemini on money. What can Gemini expect for money? Again, this is a general message. It won't be everyone's message. Let's say in the next month, let's say August into, what comes after August? September. Queen of Cups, I like that. Could represent offers. offers and blessings, there also is such a need to be content with what you have. This is not a card for me of future projection. This is like, look how lovely my cup is. Isn't this beautiful? Remember how hard I worked to get this cup? And now here it is in front of me. There's a need for you to be grateful for what you already have. And I know some of you are going, ugh, with that message, but take it or leave it. Queen of Cups is a Cancerian card. Are you spending time with your faith, with your spirituality, with your mother? If you are a mother, are you spending time with your kids? Are you nurturing your cup? Are you nurturing your dreams? Are you nurturing yourself? Are you giving yourself cups of love and encouragement and endurance? Do you wake up every morning and say, I love you in the mirror? Because if you don't, you should, Gemini. All my Geminis are cringing. I can hear it. I can feel it. I love you. I love you, self. Money. What's money looking like for Gemini? Whoop. Okay. The Star. Dreams coming true. Again, it's future projection for me, right? It's, again, divine timing is like such a theme in this. Have faith the universe wants you to succeed, but know that they just have that guidance to know when something will land versus when it's kind of going to stumble and fall. And some of you, by default, you're going to stumble and fall because it's part of the learning process. But the universe is essentially saying, I see you. I know what you're wishing for. Like, I hear you wishing on a star every night. That's what that is. And then that's you, Gemini, the Lovers. I take this as an omen of severing or parting ways with something that you've maybe become very accustomed to, very attached to, potentially codependent, doesn't have to be. But it's time for you to focus on what it is that you truly want and desire. Manifest, because this is the universe hearing your manifestation and trying to bring it into you. One foot on land, staying very grounded, the other in the pool of intuition, in the pool of spirituality. I'm getting some of you are out of balance because twos were such a theme. It's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, which is what this card is saying, but some of you, it's like your scales are off kilter. It's like some days you're way too practical and not taking any risk, that land energy, right? That earth, I'm stubborn and I'm grounded and I'm not moving. Other days, maybe some of my Geminis are, far too much in that pool of intuition, the dreams, the headiness, the hopeless romantic, wouldn't it be nice? But again, are you doing it though? Are you building it? Are you passionately moving forward and taking action on it? Just things to consider. And then Four of Wands, aligning with your soul path, your soul purpose. For a lot of you, a move is in order. Moving to or from the city, moving to be close to a business partner, or the opposite, moving away. If you're, I don't know why this message came through, if you are living with the person you are doing business with, that doesn't bode well. And obviously use your judgment, right? If you and your husband or wife or whoever are kicking ass in your career and then you go home and you celebrate together, cool, it's not your story. But for some of you, if there's a rocky relationship with someone you work with and money factors into it, yeah, there's huge assessment here and there might be a cut. There might be a cut in a new direction. Leo season is a timestamp, some sort of epiphany that happened to you in Cancer or Leo season. You're taking action because there's a newfound strength in you, Gemini. Very strong cards, very strong cards. But there's an assessment of ideas or who to cut or where to cut or just how do I empower myself, right? Ace of Swords is just like, yes, I am channeling messages from God, from Source, from Spirit. They're trying to get in contact with you. Are you listening, Gemini? That's what I got for you. Seven of Pentacles, it's an okay money card, but I could be doing better, but how? You're going to have to figure that out, right? What is your destiny and how are you going to make it happen? How are you going to take action on it? Be patient with yourself, love yourself, give yourself encouraging words and support. But for some of you, it's leaving behind a business partnership or a job that it ran its course. It served its purpose, but it's like the universe is saying, all right, what is the expression? Like no more parachute. You just got to jump and go for it. All right, should we read for love? Let's read for love. All right, these are going to be short messages. I'm going to try and keep this under 45 minutes. I've already lost all you Geminis. Let's be real. I'm kidding. You're still with me, Gemini. God bless you. For love, what does Gemini need to know for love? I'll try and timestamp this too so people can jump to love. King of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. You're not sure how you feel about them or vice versa. There's someone who's still thinking about it. And stop over consuming media. What is with that, you guys? You got your phone, you got your television, you got your... There's so much going on inside your head already as an air sign. You need to disconnect. You need to unplug. Again, this is like the hand of God offering you a cup, ushering you some sort of blessing. This is like spirit guides, whatever you believe in, God, Source, your angel gang, reaching out to you with love, with like, yes, kindness, but also it's like they're trying to inspire you and get your head in the game for your career and your love life too, for that matter. Some of you are all up in your feels about a Pisces and you feel like the feelings are not returned. There might be a Scorpio circling around you that I don't think they've come forward yet, but they're thinking about like dipping their toe in and seeing what the reaction would be from you, Gemini. There's a strong relationship with a Capricorn, or potentially a Leo, and one that is highly sexual. Very, temptation. This could even be someone you work with that, I'm just going to be honest, they might be married or dating someone, but there's a lot of like sexual passion going back and forth. And I mean, it doesn't have to be someone you work with, but yeah, very like highly sexualized texts. There's a deal breaker about that, but you can somehow justify it in your head. Does that make sense? There's a deal breaker, but you're able to find the silver lining. For some of you, you're going to break up with your person that you live with, but you're going to continue to live with them because you both need to like share rent. Does that make sense? There's like a silver lining to something. Potentially a Leo or a Capricorn. Or it could be that thing where you decided to date the person you're going into business with and it didn't work out, but you're like, but we both still kind of want to do this, so I guess we'll make it work. You may be dating someone who has either like, any type of addiction, codependency, drug abuse, alcohol abuse. They're trying to tame themselves. I think they're trying to heal themselves, but this is a tough message. But yeah, I don't know if you are the best person to be around them while they're in their healing process. There's something about being with you. I don't know if it's like a nervous energy they get when they're around you, but it makes them want to use. And again, it's not because of you. It has to do with their internal demons, but they struggle with addiction sometimes because it might be that you coddle them or you, it's almost like this person needs tough love, but you're kind of like, it's okay, you're doing better. And they need someone who's very like, no, cut the bullshit. Like that's sort of the if you're seeing someone who has an addiction issue, that's what this person needs. There's someone in your past that you still romanticize, and it feels very early on in your childhood, even like, 13, middle school, junior high. Yeah, you may have a calling from the past. It could be with a musician or a Scorpio. It could be both. Someone who has black fingernails. And that could be you, Gemini, but maybe it's your goth boyfriend from 4th grade. Or maybe not 4th grade, whatever. Age 14, whatever. Yeah, for a lot of you, it might be an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, there's a calling back to the past where it felt like a missed opportunity. You were very ready to accept their love, but it seems like they were either a player and giving it to multiple people, or they just weren't in a place where they could officially like commit and give to you. But it seems like you would welcome them back with open arms, and it might be a surprise, an earth sign from your past. Something may blossom and develop there that you're not expecting. Wheel of Fortune, beautiful. Okay, so for our 3 scenarios, I like that the best. And again, not everybody wants to hear about that person from the past. It's not that person you hate or despise or who did you dirty. I mean, not really. It would be something you would be willing to forgive or overlook because these cards are pretty awesome. I like that a lot. Lots of Scorpio energy. Yeah, this might even be someone that you've been at a distance from, and it's like you fell out of touch or lost touch, or you may literally have forgotten all about them if your worlds kind of took you in a different place. Wheel of Fortune might be bringing your worlds back together to collide, and it might just end up being wifey material or husband material. It's absolutely possible. So the potential addiction issue, and if it's not that, it's just like really passionate, intense sex. Lots of Leo and Capricorn energy there, maybe some Pisces. So that's the thing. Something about the Pisces factors into this. There might be a Pisces longing after you or vice versa. Something about that, there's going to be a stroke of good luck, though, for someone involved. So if it has to do with you longing for a Pisces that you just can't make yours, they're not interested, the stroke of good luck could be you may have someone else coming in and you're going to completely forget all about them. Okay, yeah, somebody left you waiting, especially the water sign, Gemini. They left you waiting on the line and you're not that happy. You're fooling yourself. You have this mentality of, I will be so happy when they reach out. It's going to be so great, but it's not here right now. And it's growing stagnant. I always give this metaphor, water needs to move. It needs to constantly be in motion and in flux to refresh itself, to keep, to keep fresh. Here it's like 4 being a comfort zone. The water is stale. It's stagnant. It's been sitting there so long. There's been no action in this love relationship. It's starting to smell like it's gross. It's foul. It's still water because they left you waiting. There's pain and heartbreak. Again, the messages can go reverse, but for a water sign, there's stagnation here. It doesn't mean all your water signs, especially if you're dealing with 2, because you do have Pisces coming up here again with possibly very intense sexuality as well. Someone who's a swinger or into the kink scene or BDSM, something like that. Look at these cards, right? Again, possible alcohol abuse there, but it's not to say it couldn't be salvaged, but my advice to you would be let this person do their healing and then talk about a relationship. But Gemini, you're going to do exactly what you want to do. Yeah, so especially if you're waiting on a Scorpio, they're going to crawl back into your life, but at a time that is not convenient. So if my Geminis have an ex who is a Scorpio, you're probably going to get involved with someone, and that's going to trigger your ex to be like, oh, hey, Gemini, remember me? That's bullshit. Don't do that, right? It's like they're coming back because they see that they've been replaced. And I know that's going to feed your ego, right? Let's just say it. I get that, but it's bad news. The apple is sour. And it's something about giving into temptation with the devil. It's like you may find someone who treats you like a queen or a king or just this amazing person from your past, and you hit it off, and then all of a sudden, crawls back your Pisces or Scorpio or your Cancer, and now you're at like this, what do I do? And that's what we don't want. That's coming up in your career spread. Don't let that become your romance life too. Put out the fire with the one who sent your world crashing down. For a lot of you, it's a Pisces. Yeah, your Pisces probably still has love in their heart for you. Or your Scorpio, for that matter, or your Cancer. Yeah, it's all the water signs, quite literally. So you may have multiple water signs. Pisces. There's Pisces all over this. Some Sagittarius, some anxiety and sadness about a Sagittarius, but then aligning with your true purpose. Oh, Lord, and then there's the Scorpio again. It doesn't have to be the same Scorpio. I'm just putting that out there. And I'm not saying the Scorpio is all bad, but there's triggers. There's triggers there. There might be addiction type triggers with, maybe that person drove you to drinking, and yeah, that's the type of thing where the universe is like, really? We're going to accept this fucker back? Like, don't, be smart. Align with your wishes. You have the major arcana and the minor arcana of wish fulfillment. So if you have wish fulfillment with a Scorpio, maybe a Sagittarius, though the Sagittarius is like, there's a lot of baggage there. There's potential for that. I mean, that is your divine counterpart, right? The Sagittarius, and you have it twice, yeah. So Temperance. There might be a reunion with a Sagittarius and possibly a new Gemini coming in once you wrap up the bullshit with someone who didn't treat you right. Once you embrace yourself as the center of your world again, there's at least new love, if not a new Gemini. And it's very passionate and very exciting. All right, Gem, that's what I got for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what resonates. I will see you very soon for more tarot.